So, good evening to all the Shaktis and Shaktas of this world. Reddy Garu, Neeti, Leena, how wonderful can it be? We've got 2 access bars facilitator on call already. Where's the other one? So, since the last session and this one, what's been going on with you in the area of money or anything else? It's very interesting, when we do this how to get money workbook, not only do we have some surprises and miracles happening in the area of money, certain other areas also start opening up. Have you noticed that? It's not only about money, right? It's about the flow. So Shakti is shaking her head very vigorously. So why don't you tell us what miracles are happening with you?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. True, sir. Actually, I have identified from long time. I was talking about my marriage, all those things, but I didn't take that much serious steps on that. But I have identified what was the issue. It's in progress, sir. So I was thinking that that flow is happening. I have
Okay.
identified a lot of things which I can work on it right now.
Yeah, and we shall all pray for you that you get the most ideal and appropriate and, like they say, the better half who will, fulfill you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Maybe she will be fulfilling all by flying in ground and
In the air also.
yeah.
Okay, so what about Leena is joining from so many devices, huh? Not bad. So what about the other people? What miracles are beginning to see? You need to have the awareness and you have to have the listening, otherwise you will not know. Sometimes in life we are so full of ourselves, we don't notice anything that's happening around. Fine. What is that? So somebody is in the mood to talk or not, or should I launch into the next chapter already?
No, sir, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
I said, is anybody in the mood to talk or shall we just launch into the next chapter? Okay, Ratanji is in a mood to talk, so let's listen to him.
Okay, just wanted to tell everybody I met Mr. Sukh Deepak last Thursday, and he came to our meeting in a Rotary meeting, and then right after that we had a dinner, and less than a week we are meeting tomorrow. He's gifting me access bars class.
Gifting you, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm receiving it, so whatever I receive, it's a gift for me. The whole life is a gift. Whole life is
there are 2 people. I think you know the other one also. Jonita is also. Ratanji has persuaded her to join us tomorrow, so we'll have these 2 for sure.
Yeah. Tomorrow itself.
Yeah, we did not want to wait till the 20th,
Yeah. Now, because my sister is coming from States on 15th, and I'll be busy with her till 2nd June.
So that is good. This is called possibility-seeking attitude.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is not a miracle. You consider this as a miracle? So guys, what magic miracles are opening up for you guys in your life? I like this group very much. We have to invite people, except for 1 or 2 who volunteer. We don't have to ask them. Right? So no miracles are happening. You don't want to say. I think, these sessions should be done twice in a week. That might be much better. What do you think? Whatever is remaining, shall we do 2 sessions in a week? Yeah, so I'll put it to the vote on the group. So the momentum gets built up and then it drops again. I'm just waiting for a few more people to come. All right, Ganesh, what miracles are opening up for you now?
Sir, as of now, in the holiday mood, we have got 9 days holiday. So, like,
Oh,
it came as a surprise to us because never in all these years I've been in Dubai, I've got 9 days of leave. So
so you
anyway, I've
guys
been
all,
busy with my kids, taking them to Abu Dhabi, to some Warner Brothers and all. I'm busy with them at the moment.
okay, so that's the space for miracles
Yes,
to happen, you know.
space opening up, definitely.
All right. Okay. What about you, Lena? She's the latest addition to the facilitator family of Access Bars.
Sir, more inquiries about my classes. That's
1 year
no conversion.
1 year back she was complaining कि मेरी classes में कोई नहीं आता है, कोई पैसा देना नहीं चाहता है. Don't you think that's a miracle? Huh?
Yes.
People don't want to spend money, she used to always say. Now she's got so much coming in from those classes. She said, but थोड़ा पैसा कम है.
Sir, bars के लिए भी पूछ रहे लोग.
हाँ, see,
Three of them.
this is called a miracle, you know. Keep going, madam. By the time this month next year, we'll not be able to recognize Lena only. She'll be a different personality. Wow. Listen, Rama, can you do me a favor? Send out a message to everybody to join. Right? Let me just remind Manav what the hell's happened to him. So sometimes so many miracles start to happen. So in the meantime, Niti, why don't you say something to these wonderful people?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. So what I have experienced through this workshop up until now is, first, there was a lot of, I was experiencing a lot of involvement with money, moving money from one account to another, not all my accounts, but then family accounts, but the movement of money through my hands, whether it was into investments or whether it was into a fixed deposit or whether it was basically to build, was happening at a very large scale. And that was thrilling also, and it was very encouraging. After that, what I've noticed is there is a slowdown in the outflow of the money, which is again very good. The 10% savings concept that you introduced us to, that is working very well, because even when 100 rupees come in and I am putting 10% into a conscious saving and I spend the 90 rupees, I know I still not spent 100% of the money. So that is just giving a very secured feeling. And now what I'm seeing lately is, for the last 2 weeks, what I'm noticing is wherever I have used money to buy something, the use of those items or the depletion of those items has slowed down. So whatever purchases I'm doing is lasting longer time, because I've gone through months and months and months where I would be, signing off on my card like 20, 30, 40,000 a week. Every trip to the market would be 7,000, 8,000. So that was just getting overpowering for me to cope with. So as compared to that, this is a far more comfortable pace to deal with. I won't say that there is an increase in my earnings as such, but yes, people have started talking about or indicating that, there could be a better opportunity job-wise. So I am hopeful something should come forth. Other than that, my own comfort level with money is so much more better. the feeling of money as an energy is a constant feeling, so that gives a lot of positivity. And the negative thoughts or any kind of judgments with money have totally vanished. What is most thrilling is the moment you say ki judgment nahi, the moment it goes out of my mind. So that has been an encouraging phase. Other than that, I mean, there is something more happening with money, which I cannot really pinpoint at the moment, but I do feel some new different energies around. I am not being able to understand till it does not take shape. I really do not know what is happening, but there is some new energy around and it feels wonderful.
Are you asking for money? Are you throwing out an intention into the world?
Yes, intention is there.
Right? Are you being happy?
Yes,
Relaxed, cheerful, happy?
yes,
And every time you give money, do you say, please
Yes,
come
I
back
do.
to me multiplied?
yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes, I do.
No, and then you wait for the miracle to happen. Don't be in a hurry.
Sure.
But what is happening is enough, I think, to begin with. So not bad, is it?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. There is a far more comfort level. There is a far more balance, both emotionally, mentally, everywhere.
Wait, what about other people? Indu is silent. Maybe I should hand over the session to Rama and go, then she'll talk.
What should I say, sir? That's an interesting point of view.
Ah,
No, I have just been processing, sir, as EPG, and actually I'm attempting to log in from another device for battery's sake. Anyways, like Neetiji was saying, when I was in retrospection of what has been happening, I wouldn't say that there is, multifold income that is coming or any drastic changes there, but I can see that I'm a lot more at peace with my equation with money. The anxiousness about where things would come from, that has come down. And even I was in sync with what she said. I've found myself splurging left, rights, and I think that has slowed down for some reason. In fact, the last week has been my minimal spending week in ages, I would say. So that way, I think I'm a lot more at peace. And also in the hope that that it would come back a million times, I'm allowing that to sink in.
well, you just actually have to do it to see it.
Yes. And when she mentioned it, I was wondering, the awareness was there, but I still somehow I'm stopping myself from saying thank you when I'm giving, but it hasn't come in so easily, automatically to ask for more or to ask for return in manifold. That hasn't come in. So there's still that bit of a gap from knowing and getting to do that. So I'm taking that as a learning today to consciously apply. Yes.
Believe me, it is a miraculous practice.
I'll take that, your word for it. Yes.
Go for it. No, see, the point is you just keep the mind aside and just do it. See, in any case, what do you lose? You just say, all right, thank you. I love you, money. Please come back to me multiplied 100,000 times and see what happens. You have to wait for the universe to do what it will do.
Sure.
Sometimes it does it fast, sometimes it does it slow, but guaranteed it does it. And you will get a shock and say, wow, where is that coming from? All right, so let's get on with today. Today is going to be a relatively shorter session. Let me tell you that. Okay. So chapter number 11. Now, who's going to be the student today when we read? Okay, Ganesh, so you be the student and I am going to be the Rasputin. 1 minute, hold on. There's some issue here. So we are on chapter number 11. So everybody can open their book on that. All right. So now what's the next question? The next question, Ganesh. What are the 3 worst problems with money?
Yeah.
So this is a good one. Who wishes to volunteer for that? What are the 3 worst problems with money?
I will.
All right. So,
I am very fearful of not having any money.
okay. So how many of you resonate with that? What are your 3 biggest problems with money? Just write it down once again and share if you wish to. Yeah. So we'll go with fear. So we've talked about fear. Okay. So do we need to cover that more? We've talked a lot about fear, haven't we? Are you clear about that?
Yeah.
Okay, next.
I want to buy lots of things.
Okay, interesting point of view, buying lots of things. What do you get by buying a lot of things? Lots to do, lots to take care of. You fill up your life with lots of things. Now, how light do you feel when you fill up your life with lots of things?
Burdened. And then I find myself giving them away to neighbors, birthdays.
Yes, so what is the value of buying lots of things?
It's in my blood.
Now, how come this is one of your considerations then?
Because it bothers me.
It bothers you that you buy?
Yes.
Good. So how do you overcome the desire to buy? By being power, by being awareness, by being control, and by being creativity. And as you come to the place in which you feel you need to buy, the reason you're buying is because you assume you have not enough energy. Interesting. Huh? The reason you want to buy is that because you assume you have not enough energy. Bring energy into you. If you wish to break the buying habit, give money to the homeless person on the street, or send it to a charity, or give it to a friend. Because what you have done is you have decided that you have too much money coming in. And so you must make sure that you equalize the flow from your point of view. You see how you're doing that?
Yes. Yeah, I actually do have too much inflow.
Okay, so there can be much inflow as opposed to outflow? No. It is a created reality. And what you are existing there and what you are assuming is that you are not spiritual, you are not connected to your God force. If you have too much of it, are you getting it? You are assuming that you are not spiritual and you are not connected to your God force if you have too much of it. Some people believe that. It does not matter in truth. What does matter is the choices you make about how you create your life. If you create as energy, you create as power. If you create as awareness and you create as control, you will have joy in your life, which is what we are trying to achieve in the first place. You understand? A lot of people, if you actually see, why do you want money? Because it makes you happy. Because it gives you joy, isn't it? That's what we want in the first place. Why do you want to buy the car? Because it gives you joy. Why do you want to buy a big house? Because it gives you joy. A lot of people think, oh, if I have money, I'll get a lot of respect. So if you get respect, what will you feel? You'll feel happy, right? So ease and joy and glory this is what you desire. This is what you are after. And this is where you're going. So you're going after ease, joy, and glory. And this is what you will all achieve if you follow the directions we have given you this night. All right. Now, have we covered any other questions you might have?
Just the same thing. If I have the money and I feel like, well, somebody else doesn't have this, and so I should give it to them. And so then I don't have as much or I worry about it.
Okay. And what if you give them energy?
Give them energy instead of giving money.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So when the guy is begging in the subway, you just,
Yeah, you just have.
they ask for $1 and you just,
So have you not breathed in energy this evening?
yes,
Have you not eaten your fill as energy? What is the purpose of eating? To get energy. What is the purpose of money? To have energy. See, money is energy. So what is the purpose of money? To have energy. What is the purpose of breathing? It's to have energy. There is not any difference at all. All that you want is energy.
it sure seems different.
Yeah, only because you decide and create it as different, right?
That's
The
right.
assumption is that it is different.
That's right.
And when you assume that, you start creating from a position which creates lack of money and lack of energy.
But it just doesn't seem quite right to me, because it seems that part of what I am assuming is that I am a human being that,
Well, that is a bad assumption right there.
well, I'm living in a human society with such creations as bread, water, time, government.
So you're creating yourself as a body.
I'm creating myself as S in 1996 New York City. Yes.
So you're creating yourself as a body. Is that where you truly wish to be? Are you happy there?
Well,
No.
when I was out of the body, there were other places that seemed much worse. So this seemed like a good stopping point to see how I could solve that problem. Meanwhile, it was pretty bad and new.
Right. So while you are creating the realities in whichever place you are by your own point of view. Are you getting that? You are creating the realities in whichever place you are by your own point of view. You want to get this? See, we are creating our realities by our own point of view.
True. It doesn't seem that way to me. It seems that others create with me or for me on top of me. I don't think I could totally say that. I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so.
You don't control what we say.
What you say, I mean, you and I are connected somehow,
Yes.
and everyone is. And the paradox is that you are you, and I don't wonder about this. You are a spiritual being.
And so are you.
And
You are a spiritual being.
and you are S, another student, and you are S, another student. And we are sharing the same reality here together. We are in New York in 1996 and not, but I am with you somehow. I don't think I'm you.
That's right. That is what we have been talking about. You don't think. Every time you think. Every time you think.
I have a problem.
You have a problem.
You got it.
So throw it away, your brain. It's a useless piece of debris. See, do you understand what he means by throw away your brain?
Remove
What
it.
he's saying is throw away your logical brain. Because your brain is just a clutter of, points of view. I mean, brain number 1 and brain number 2, what does it have? Brain number 1 is 0101.
Yeah.
Fight, flight, 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 flight. Brain number 2 is what? Resist, resist, resist. Protect, protect, protect. See, the moment you start to see that it's your great logic and your belief system, right? That is creating a reality that you have. Okay, even your money reality is created by us. See, most of the time, look, if you check in your life, you may find that we are buying into a reality that was enforced on us when we were children, isn't it? Whatever you're thinking about money, where did you learn it? Did God tell us what it is? See, everybody here has got some beliefs about money, some points of view about money, isn't it? Maybe they are changing slightly, but you have it, no? Question is, where did we get it from? It's not written in the book, I'm just saying. Where did we get all these realities about money? So whatever is there in this brain,
Past.
and yeah, he's saying throw it away, no?
Mm.
Because your parents got it from their parents and the world and their life experience, whatever they were experiencing. Then they passed it on to you in the said or the unsaid. And then you added your own stuff to it. How many of us, we've been walking around till now, oh, it is very difficult to get, it's not enough, it's very hard to get it, it's easy to spend it, all that stuff. We have it, no? And what is the point of going on proving to ourselves that we are right about what we think? A lot of people will tell me, sir, itna easy thodi hota hai. It's not that easy, Aise thodi hota hai. But when they say that, it is not like this in real life, where is all that information coming from?
Brain number 2.
It's old, correct? Old, inherited, indoctrinated, conditioned, whatever thinking is there. So he's saying, throw away your brain, right? So what is the student saying, Ganesh?
And just jump off the roof.
And jump off the roof and start to float as the being that you are. You, when you throw away your brain and you stop the thought process, every thought has an electrical component to it, which creates your reality. Every time you think, I am this, I am a body, that is exactly what you become. If you think I'm a bichara person, if you think I'm a victim and everybody has done it to me, how many of us think like that, na? Life has done this to me. Main bichara. Then you become that, no? Nobody listens to me. If you're saying, you become that. If you say it's very hard, you become that. I will have to fight for everything in my life. I used to think like that. So I became that. How many of us have got all this stuff? I have to fight for everything that I have. Life does not come easily to me. If it comes easily, it goes easily also, and all that stuff. Yes or no? Haven't we all had these kind of stuff being told to you? बेटा पैसे चाहिए तुमको, कितनी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है मालूम है पैसे कमाने के लिए. That is the reality we are creating. We want to hold on to it. So if there is a possibility that, miraculous inflows of money, which is energy actually, can happen. Like a lot of people are not even able to pull in energy. You tell them, how to do that? It's not possible. Who's saying that not possible? This fellow is saying. So when you throw away your brain and you stop the thought process, every thought has an electrical component to it. So every time you think, I am this, I am body, that's exactly what you become. Now you are not Leena, you are not Neeti, you are not Reddy Garu. Okay? You've had millions of lives and millions of identities till now. And you are still are being those things right now. Your consciousness, the consciousness, the greatest portion of it from your point of view is right here, right now. Now that also is not a reality. When you disconnect from the thought that your reality is created in this moment with your total consciousness and start to see where you got other ideas, other points of view and other people's attitudes. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. You got other people's ideas, other people's point of view, other people's attitudes, beliefs, decisions, and ideas, you will start to connect those other dimensions that can give you greater reality on this plane than anything you're trying to create right now from your thought process. And that is where you truly desire to go. You understand what it is saying, people? You want to discuss on it a little bit? See, we are getting stuck in this reality, and because we are stuck in this reality, we have what we have. Now you understand, when you are judging, what are we doing? We are creating more of this reality.
True.
So we are stuck in this plane of this reality, and no creation is possible. No? We are trying to create from our thought process. Yes, Reddy Garu and Shakti Garu, Garu, whatever. So Garu you say for men, what do you say for women?
Same
Okay.
Garu only, sir.
Achha, ladies also Garu, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds better for a man, na? Garu. For lady, we should say Gari.
It's like G in Hindi.
Lady ho ya gent ho to G bolte hain.
G. Why?
Got it. Okay, so Reddy Garu, you go first, then Shakti goes after that.
Sir, it is difficult to convince others about this, sir.
Then
Yes,
why are you trying to convince others about it? For what? Listen, as long as I was trying to convince my dear wife about it, she did not get convinced. Now she started believing because she's seeing the evidence in life. No? See, Reddy Garu, when people in your life starts to see the evidence, what is the evidence that people like to see? Hey, suddenly, miraculously, things are improving. Huh? Now this man is not complaining about money. He's become a little more free. It is freely coming, freely going, no problem at all. Do you need to convince them? I mean, why should we convince anybody?
No. I'm just giving an example. The same thing happened with my wife. Experiences will not allow her to believe what I say in money matters. I'm just saying the example.
Yeah, okay. So why do they have to believe you? As long as they're getting what they want. You know, in Hindi there is a saying, "Aap aam khao, guthliyan kyun gin rahe ho?" See, I'll tell you something. I have discovered one thing. If you try to give advice to people, they'll never listen to you.
Okay.
And especially to your better half.
Yeah.
So don't even try. Look, I mean, after all, what are you trying to convince her? You don't spend money?
No, sir.
Or don't worry, spend as much as you like.
Yes.
So then she has a choice, no? If she doesn't want to spend as much she likes, that's her choice, no? I can tell you, if you say that spend as much as you like, they'll be shocked. Okay, what has happened to this man now? Has he gone mad or what? Till now, he was always worried, why are you spending so much? Why are you spending so much? Now he's being spend as much as you like.
True.
They probably don't believe you.
That's what I'm saying, sir.
They're thinking Bhalo's gone mad now. So then let them make a choice, right? If they believe you, they'll feel more free about money.
Okay.
If they don't believe you, they'll not feel free about money. But are you feeling free about money?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling free. Absolutely.
Yeah, so is the money flow coming to you the way you desire?
Yes, sir.
Right? So then why are we trying to convince anybody? I tried so much to convince our friend, start your own business, you will be very successful, you will become a billionaire and all. Did he listen to me? Of course he will not. Because his reality, which is there in his head, he has to go by that, right? And I cannot find fault with him on that. I'm not going to say who that person is. Are you getting it? They have to make a choice.
Yes, sir.
So if somebody wants to remain inside the prison feeling that he's free, that's his choice, no? He's still a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being. So if somebody chooses, right? Somebody gave me an example. You know, they have these pet little birds are there.
Yes, sir.
They keep them in a cage.
Yes, sir.
And the fellow opened the cage, they are not flying. He pushed them out of the cage also, they are not flying. They just circle and come and sit on top of it. That's for a lot of us, it's like that, you know. We'd rather stay in a familiar prison than fly free in life. Because flying is dangerous, no? In our point of view, it is dangerous. Now suddenly, Reddy Garu is saying, okay, spend as much you like. Now they're getting worried. What if we don't have enough tomorrow? It goes against their belief system, right? The husband should be controlling expenses. Now suddenly he's saying, spend as much as you like. Why will they believe you here? Okay, thank you, Reddy Garu. What about you, Shakti ji?
Sir, it's a similar, same thing about like Reddy sir said. People are thinking that I'm crazy if I'm telling to either my parents or my siblings. They're thinking that it's like I'm super crazy. I'm experimenting these kind of stuff and losing money, that kind of thought process. Anyhow, I'm not ready to buy their judgment. I'm doing clearing. But in somehow the initial, as soon as they conveyed or they are talking about that, little resistance is there. I'm not ready to, I'm going into the default mode immediately.
So first of all, I want to ask you one thing. Think about what I'm going to say to you. Think about it. Why do you have to go and advertise, I'm doing this, I'm doing that? I mean, are you trying to get some validation from them? Are you trying to get some agreement from them?
It's not about validation, sir. It's about that I am experiencing this. You also come and do this. It's like as a family, we want to grow together.
I
Something
have
like
been
that.
trying that for the last 30 years. It doesn't work. Right?
Okay.
Even with friends, it doesn't work. So I've stopped. You know, our that General Saab Ratanji, who was the first body process facilitator in India, I was attending his workshop in Ahmedabad. So I asked him the very same question, you know, that I want friends and family. He said, you know what, with my friends, I never share about this. Because they're not going to listen to me. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Now, if there is some dramatic change in you, see, Shakti, you gave a bar session to that fellow, no, from Ludhiana. What's his name?
Rohan.
Rohan, right? Something happened, right?
Yes.
Then he only wanted to do it, right? Did you convince him?
No.
So it's like that. You can just quietly say, don't make a big deal about it. You just say, okay, I've learned something. I want to practice on you. So no expectations are raised. Right? So if you practice on them and then you ask him, how did you feel? They'll say nothing. What is there to feel? Somebody may say something also. I have discovered that we are always seeking the approval of the people in our life, you know. That is a problem. See, for some strange reason, the people who love you, family walas, they feel safe if you remain the way you are. When you start changing, you know, suddenly there is some freedom, she's more smiling and free, they're starting to get worried. What happened to this girl that I know? She's becoming...
They are the biggest blockers.
Without knowing it, okay? See, the ones who love us sometimes are the biggest blockers. Because people who love us, it's very difficult, you know, they need to have a lot of courage to set you free. Okay, go live your life, you know, and feel happy for you. Some lucky people are there who have parents like that, who have wives like that, or husbands like that. So you ask yourself, why are you seeking validation? You don't have to convince anyone. If they see the change in you and they ask you what happened, you say, do you really want to know? Still you don't tell them. You say, you really want to know? And you know what? Even then, sometimes I've said, when people ask me, oh, how can that be? I don't believe in all this nonsense. I say, all right, fine. Then why are you asking me? If you don't want to believe what I say, don't ask me. I told you, no? Do you really want to know? You said you wanted to know, now I'm saying. And now I'm saying you're arguing with me. Do you see what they're doing? Same mistake you and I are doing. We are using our bloody brains too much. See, when somebody shared with me about the bars, I was using my brains. For 35 years, I've attended so many programs and such good, powerful programs. I had so much breakthrough in my life. This, that, which is true. And I actually believe what else is now possible? More breakthrough possible. But still, at least I've got an open mind. You know, I said somebody is telling me, taking the trouble, let me try it out. No? It's only, that time it was 16,000 rupees. So I was okay, 16,000 rupees. I'm spending so much on so many things. Let's say I've gone for 2 dinners out. And wow, bang, because I was open. I kept my stupid logic on one side. Question is, are you willing to do that? And especially when it comes to money. Have you noticed that we are so attached to it? We are so significant about this whole money business. We actually think that our life depends on it. You know what? If you start to see all your needs have always been taken care of, yes or no? Has anybody here been on the road because of not having money? They're all well-to-do people, isn't it?
Yes.
So what is stopping us from believing that there is something which takes care of our desires? We do not have the guts to desire more. We have a point of view, oh, I'll have to work so hard, you know. I don't want to do all that jhanjat, you know. Who wants to do? I would also love to be like Ambani, but who's going to do all that work? I don't want to do that. So that is the lesson for today. So I'm going to leave you with these words. Thinking gets in the way of living. What gets in the way of living? Thinking. Thinking gets in the way of living. Now listen to this very carefully, KP, because you are an artificial intelligence guy, right? Today we are creating artificial intelligence that can think. Yes or no?
Yes.
I have to think like a human. But thinking is not a creative process. It is a trap. I mean, whatever it is that you and I call as thinking, that is not a creative process. I can talk to you about creative thinking. That will be maybe the next topic that we will do. It's completely different from what we do. You and I, we don't do creative thinking. We think in order to prove our own beliefs as correct. We think in order to judge. We think in order to be safe. Yeah. We think in order to preserve the status quo, you know. Life may, no shake-up should take place, you know. Major changes are not acceptable to us. Even minor changes are not acceptable to us.
So basically thinking in the default mode.
Yeah, it is only blocking, na? See, so much of contracting goes on because of this, you know, incessant comparing. How is it possible? How much of this brain is going in this skeptical kind of thought, you know? There are many things about which you will never say, prove it to me. Okay? Will you say, prove it to me? Somebody comes and tells you, oh, he's a very bad man. Have you ever asked, prove it to me?
But when we read this statement, no, I got it, that question, sir. We said no, thinking gets in the way of living. It is not a creative process. I was thinking, how can it be?
See, it's a default mode, no? See, it's very good to question. There's
Okay.
nothing wrong with questioning, like don't accept anything face value, good enough. But how
Okay.
much are we blocking because we are doing that?
Right.
Suppose we
Great.
listen to something and say, all right, what will this make possible for me? If I accept this, what will it make possible for me? If it makes you feel light, then go for it. If it makes you feel heavy, don't go for it.
Right.
See, after all, whatever somebody is telling you, if you get it, if you get it like we get it, in order to get it, you'll have to listen. No?
Right.
But have you noticed that we don't listen? The moment your skeptic brain operates, now you're not listening to get it, you're listening to disapprove it.
Right.
So if you're listening to someone to prove him wrong, then are you really listening? So if you really listen and you said, you noticed, okay, you notice, oh, my skepticism again, it is coming. But instead of that, you say, all right, if I first listen and understand it, what will it make possible in my life? That's the only thing important, right? Because whatever inputs we are getting, we are going to make some choices with it. Correct?
Right.
So
Actually,
you have to
sir,
only determine, should I make this choice or I should not?
so this reminds me my conversation a couple of days ago with Shakti and Rama about access money and access consciousness.
Uh-huh. Yeah, say more about it. What happened to you, KP? We are not hearing what you're saying. I think his signal has dropped or something. Good to see you on camera, Induji. KP, have you finished saying what you were saying? Okay, so I think he's done. Anybody else wants to say anything about this keep your brain aside business?
So sorry, my internet was there was a problem. No, I was saying the other day, I was debating with Shakti and Rama about access money and access consciousness. Does it really happen to you? I was saying them, no, you are attributing this to everything that is happening in your life. That is what I was telling them. Then they were saying, no, you just give it a try. You believe, practice, then you see what happens. And then when you read this statement, it reminded me that maybe I should give it a thought. I should believe it and then see whether it works or not.
Yeah, I mean, but you believe or you don't believe. Are you able to just get it? Okay, here is a statement that I'm hearing. Okay. And what can I do with it? Yeah. If this is true, let us say, if this is true, what will it make possible for me in my life? And then you make a choice, no? I'm saying really give a chance to understand it, get it, and then ask this question.
Right.
If I choose this, how will my life be different? How will it help me to get what I desire? That's the only thing which is important, right?
Right.
We are not here to prove something right or prove something wrong. It doesn't matter. Right?
Right.
If this thing works for you, it can help you to make better choices in life. So good for us. If it doesn't, don't accept it. You got it. You'll say, okay, I got it, but I choose not to take any action about it. Okay, fine. That's also fair enough. Sometimes what happens is somebody say, hey, got it. It will open up this possibility and that possibility. I get it. But right now, I don't want to go for that. Fine. You may have your own reasons. Okay, so we're going to stop here tonight. Okay. And next week, we shall do chapter number 12 with you. So what I request you to do is just go through all the chapters once on your own, and especially the one which we just did. Okay. And what I'd like you to pay attention to is how much time you are spending in judging, comparing, proving yourself right. Okay? And all that is our brain stuff, right? It doesn't create anything in life. Except keep you fixed in your already fixed point of view. So very simple. If your already fixed point of view is giving you a life of scarcity, do you want to continue to hold on to that fixed point of view that you have? Am I making myself understood, ladies and gentlemen? How do you keep your point of view fixed? By judging and comparing right, wrong, good, bad, agree, disagree. Kills your awareness, kills possibility. What are we getting out of it? Certainly not more money. All right, guys. So thank you very much. I'm cutting cut to cut today. I'm going. I've got to get into another call, so I'm going to stop now. If you wish to continue for a few minutes more, you can do that. We've got around 6 minutes of time here. So anybody has anything burning to share or ask, please do so. Yes, Manav Singh Malwai.
So I've been sort of discovering this entire conversation on a daily basis. So whatever you've been saying about, the brain, the way it works, that programming, I just realized that that is what comes in my way. Whenever I think कि ऐसे कैसे होगा, possible कैसे है, उस दिन orders don't come. So 5 days, I got 5 orders every day, all worth 1 lakh plus. 6th day, I said, ki, oh, how can this sustain? 6th, 7th, 8th day, no orders.
Yeah.
So today again I surrendered. I said, ki, कैसे होगा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
होना चाहिए.
खाओ गुटली क्यों गिनने का है? तो आज एक ऑर्डर आ गया फिर से.
I'm telling you, there is a space of miracles when you keep this idiot away and be happy.
Correct. So it's kind of crazy.
It is absolutely crazy and unbelievable also.
Yeah.
If you start fretting about it,
yeah.
Believe the only thing, and I'm telling you, I'll give you a process guaranteed, man. You do it 30, 40 times in a day. I'm telling all of you. Okay. This great reality on which you are, imprisoning yourself, it will start losing its hold on you. It cannot survive if you do this. You know what that statement is? It's that crazy statement. Shakti, you all know it. All of you who have done the foundation, you know it. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Right? And whenever you start getting this negative kind of stuff, no, how can it happen? Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be, is the biggest destroyer of your so-called solid reality. Miracles start happening. Couple of things. One is this one. The other one is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. It's prescription, like 3 times a day medicine, like that. In the morning, 10 times, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. In the afternoon, 10 times, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And before you go to bed, 10 times, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And during the day, many times, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite. You can't, you say it 10, 15 times, you will be laughing. I don't know why that happens. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. This is another instant mood change exercise. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite. Especially when you get into an argument with someone, or you're puzzled, and you're pissed off about something. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. All right. So you guys have a good night's sleep, and wake up to another wonderful day. And all of you are coming for the empowering morning conversations. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Yes, madam.
So my prescription for crazy statement is every 3 hours once works the best, sir. 6, 9, 12, 3, 6.
Okay.
Every 3 hours once, sir.
All right. Let Indu say, then I have to close the meeting.
Yes, yes. I won't take much time, but I want to ask you something. You know, these expert cooks, when we ask them for recipes, they tell us how to do everything. But when we try out, you know, we find that we're almost there, but there's something amiss. So I'm wondering if you have given us all, but you've kept one thing out, because I totally am in agreement when you're saying if you overthink some things, if you think through it too much logically, if you're cynical, sarcastic, skeptical, things don't work. I get that bit, but not putting your head to it and then you make money, I'm not getting that bit. Especially I'm so much in awe of Mana when he just shared.
The opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite.
Yes, I'm beginning to wonder if what is that one thing we are missing here, because he's saying I'm not thinking through it and I'm making a lakh every day. So I want to know that bit, if you can fill us in.
You understand? I am yet struggling with it, don't you think? Otherwise, I'd be rolling in it. I'd be bathing in it. I'd be rolling around in a Rolls Royce or something.
How do you do that?
Give the Rolls Royce to each one of my sons, you know. I'd buy them all a 3-bedroom house, except one of them.
That. So how do we? I haven't come across one person who's not thinking and who's making money. How does that happen? It's still a mystery.
By the way, let me tell you, in the last 2 years, I've made more money than I've made in the rest of my life by following these principles only.
But I'm sure you've done your good work in the couple of years that you put in all of that work and thought through it, and then you're seeing the rewards of that come. How do you not think and then get?
Okay, Indu, you wait for 3 decades and it'll happen to you also. Keep believing that. What should I do?
So you're here to help us bridge that gap.
I'm telling you, 3 times a day, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Once every 2 hours, everything is.
I'm coming to you next week with that. So I'm doing all of this that you're saying.
I mean,
coming to you, yes.
When you give money to anyone, you say, money, I love you. Please come back to me multiplied 1 million times, and keep whatever income comes, 10% put it aside, don't touch it, and see what magic will happen.
Sure.
And of course, you've learned the other thing, you know, I am power.
Yes, that bit I have been following since day one, since you propagated.
The proof of the pudding, madam, is in the eating, like they say. So let us see what we can eat. Okay. And then when I come to Chennai, you will give me a nice treat in a 5-star hotel. When you
absolutely, with all gratitude and love. Yes.
All right. Yes. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow morning. Those who come in the morning, and the rest of you, see you next week.
Good night. Good night.